After 24 years, we now have a player who is now the African Player of the Year for men, and then for the women. Super woman she is, creating that record both in the men's and women's category, setting that record, becoming the most decorated African player for a male and female in the African continent, winning her sixth title there, Player of the Year title for Asisat Oshoala, and for Chiamaka Nnadozie, you heard it all from her, the best goalkeeper in the women's category for the year 2023, and it was a good one for Nigeria in the CAF Awards, and for the first time in how many years that Nigeria actually dominated every most especially the prestigious award, most especially the big one, the Player of the Year for both male and female, and for the first time we are having two Nigerian players dominating that area. And for the goalkeeper of the year, we have our own Chiamaka Nnadozie. Though for the young player of the year, Umahisoki Deborah Abiodun lost out, but it's a good one, and we won the national team of the year for women's category. Fantastic one for Nigerian football. It shows that yes, in the year 2023, despite all of the issues, despite all of our lows in sport, but we are able to do it in the CAF Awards 2023. On that note, I welcome you to the show proper. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. I'll be doing sports with you this morning on 360. I also have Ikena Okoko, the Sports Association Writers of Nigeria General Secretary, who will be joining me via Zoom here in the city of Abuja. All right, like I said, the awards went down in Marrakech, Morocco last night, and we were able to see Nigeria winning some of the most prestigious award categories for male and female. And it's a good one that we'll have our own Asisat Oshoala and Victor Osimhen scooping the Player of the Year for men and then the Player of the Year for women. And we have other awards that went down to other individuals that did so well. You can also see Chiamaka Nnadozie with the Golden Globes winning the best goalkeeper of the year for 2023 here in Africa. All right, let's quickly look over the list before Ikena Okonkwo will join us. Let's look at the list of the full awards. Let's look at how the winners of other categories, and we'll have Men's Player of the Year, which is Victor Osimhen, Napoli and Nigeria. Women's Player of the Year, Asisat Oshoala, who plays for Barcelona and Nigeria. We'll have Men's Coach of the Year, Walid Regragui of Morocco. We know Morocco got to the semi-final of the FIFA World Cup in 2022, and he did a fantastic job with the national team for men. And the Women's Coach of the Year, we have Desiree Ellis of South Africa. For our own round the world round, we couldn't make the top three. And then for the men's national team of the year, it went to Morocco because of their exploits in the World Cup. And the women's national team of the year, Nigeria, scooped that one. We have men's goalkeeper of the year, Yassine Bonu of Morocco, who plays for Al Hilal and Morocco. We have women's goalkeeper of the year, like you heard her, Chiamaka Nnadozie, Paris FC. And then we have men's young player of the year. It went to Lami Camara of men's, a Senegal player. And women's young player of the year, it went to Yeshirin El Chad of Morocco, who plays for Lille. And the men's club of the year, Al Ali of Egypt. I don't think any other team can wrestle that particular award away from Al Ali, because they are just like the Real Madrid when it comes to the Champions League in Africa. And then the women's club of the year went to Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, winning a second edition of the women's Champions League. Then the men's inter club of the year player, we have Percy Tau, who plays for Al Ali and South Africa. And the women's inter club player of the year went to Fatima Tangnaut of AS FAR of Morocco, and also a Moroccan player. It was a good one. So happy that Nigeria didn't lose that at all. We actually dominated this award, and we went home with the men's player of the year, the goalkeeper of the year, the team of the year for women, then the best player for women. About 4 awards where Nigeria went home with last night in Marrakech. I don't know if Ikena Okonkwo is ready to join us on Zoom right now. Okay, when he's ready, he will join us, and it was a fantastic one that Nigeria didn't disappoint at all. The year 2023 was a good one for us, and we hope it continues like this. And for Victor Osimhen, to cap it all, he won the Italian Player of the Year award just weeks ago, and he finished 8th in the Ballon d'Or awards that Messi scooped, winning his record 8 Ballon d'Or. And if you look, he is also there for the FIFA Men's Player of the Year award. He was being nominated. So a lot of 2023 was a good year for Victor Osimhen, where he scored 26 goals for Napoli. They won the Scudetto after 33 years, winning it for the first time after 33 years. The last time they won it was with the late Diego Armando Maradona, who did it for them. And Victor Osimhen was exceptional for Napoli, winning that Scudetto. So if Victor Osimhen didn't win this award last night, like I said on this show, on the evening show yesterday, I said we were going to protest. So definitely, I think CAF know that, yes, he deserves it. Mo Salah was there. Akraf Hakimi was there. And we know out of the three of them, Victor Osimhen stand far from this other two. And for Asisat Oshoala, no other player, both man and woman, did what she just did last night, winning a record 6th African Player of the Year title. That's a record set by own Asisat Oshoala. It's a good one for her, winning that award. And most especially, I'm happy for Chiamaka Nnadozie. We saw that presentation where the precious Dede presented that award to her. She is a woman that she actually look up to, and to receive an award from your role model, it's a good one, fantastic one for our own Paris FC player Chiamaka Nnadozie, who is also still in the running for the Golden Glove in Europe, and definitely she might just win that award again for the best goalkeeper in Europe. And I would pray she wins it, because if you look at her exploits, she did so well to make sure Paris FC qualify in the Champions League. They defeated Arsenal through penalty shootout, and she has been fantastic. Even their game against Chelsea, she did a lot of saves. That's why they lost that game. If not for her, the goals would have been up to 10, 6, 7 in that particular game. But she was so fantastic in between the sticks for Paris FC. And it's a lovely one that Chiamaka Nnadozie won the Goalkeeper of the Year award. So good, so good, so fantastic one for Nigeria. And we are happy, we love it, and we want our players to continue doing what they are doing. And very soon, we might just see a Nigerian player winning the world best player, following the footsteps of Opok Jonjue of Liberia, who won it in 1996. So Victor Osimhen, we have another Victor in the German Bundesliga, Victor Boniface, who is doing so well. If all our strikers have been doing so well, definitely in no distance time, we will see a Nigerian player winning the World Player of the Year, Ballon d'Or, the FIFA Best Player of the Year. And definitely Osimhen is also on track to win that award. He has scored 6 goals this season in 11 games. We know that injury and the off-field issues between him and Napoli has not really been helpful in that area. All right, let's leave that story and still talk about another good one for Nigerian sports. They started on a very good note. That is the Customs ladies, the Custom basketball team. Yesterday evening, they defeated their counterpart from Cameroon, 57-46. That is the FIBA, the inaugural edition of the FIBA African Women's Basketball League. We know the men also plays the African Basketball League, but right now, this is the first edition for the women, African Women's Basketball League, and they won their first game yesterday evening. That is the Customs ladies of Nigeria, who is representing the country against the University de Douala of Cameroon, 57-46. That game actually ended in favor of the Customs ladies, and the border girls, as they are called, they did so well during the qualifying series just a week ago, and now they are right there in Egypt, Alexandria precisely. That is the venue where the event is going on. They did so fantastic against the University de Douala of Cameroon, beating them 57-46, and the captain of the side, Ikeme, was so fantastic. She scored 20 points and 9 rebounds in that game to make sure that the Custom ladies won that particular game, and their first game. And later on, they will be playing. Later on today, they will be playing their second game, which is a good one. Let's see how they fare in the first edition of the Africa Women's Basketball League. That is, the men also play their own, but the women, this is the first edition. They had to just, the FIBA and the Confederation of African Basketball had to create this, put this together so that the women also can be taking part in this particular event. All right, let's leave that story. Still staying in the continent, let's go straight to Uganda, where the ICC Cricket World Cup qualifiers for the women is ongoing. For the female Yellow Greens, they lost their first game to Namibia. That's the host. Beg your pardon, not Uganda. That's the host. And now they'll be playing later on today again. They'll be taking on Rwanda, another dreaded side when it comes to cricket in Africa. They lost by 9 runs to Namibia in their first game, and today they will be looking to redeem themselves and get back on track and see how they can eventually put their World Cup ticket on track by beating Rwanda. If they definitely beat Rwanda later on today, then definitely they are back on track. All they just needed to do is to get a win against the Rwandese in their second game in the ICC T20 Women's World Cup qualifier that is ongoing in Namibia. Good one for them, though. Let's see how that games we pan out today. All right, let's leave the shores of Africa and go straight to Europe, where we have games in the UEFA Champions League. Games will be coming up tonight in the UEFA Champions League. We have games in Group A and Group B. We know that one team in Group A, in fact, about 3 teams, all of the teams in Group A have a chance of making it to the champion. At least one team has already won the group, and they will be topping the group and qualify to the next round. But the other 3 teams at least still have a chance of qualifying, and one team will drop to the Europa League and the other team will just go empty-handed. We have in Group A, FC Copenhagen later tonight. We take on Galatasaray, and Manchester United will be at Old Trafford to play Bayern Munich, who were also trashed. Both teams, Manchester United and Bayern Munich, lost their games over the weekend. Manchester United were hammered 3-0 by Bournemouth at Old Trafford, while Bayern Munich suffered 5-1 defeat in the hands of Eintracht Frankfurt. So let's see how these two teams are going to respond to their weekend defeats. Most especially for Manchester United, all they need to do against Bayern Munich tonight is to just get all the maximum 3 points, win at all costs. Whatever happens between FC Copenhagen and Galatasaray, yours is just to win that game. And that is what Manchester United will be looking forward to. Bruno Fernandes has come out to apologize for their awful performance against Bournemouth over the weekend, and they are looking forward to this game. And good news for Man U fans out there. For Casemiro, he's back training, and probably maybe we might not see him in the tonight's game, but in a couple of other games he will be available for selection in the team. And then in Group B, we have Lens against Sevilla and PSV Eindhoven against Arsenal. Arsenal already are runaway leaders of that group, leaving PSV, Sevilla, and Lens to at least scramble for the second team to qualify into the next round of the UEFA Champions League, and one other team will go to Europa. A lot of persons say Sevilla is just waiting so that they can qualify for Europa. That is where they have their strength. 6 times winner of the Europa League. The last time out, they beat Roma in the final, making it 6th winning the Europa League 6 times for themselves. So good one. Let's see how these games will go down tonight in the UEFA Champions League. I don't know if Ikena Okonkwo is ready to join us on the program. If he's ready, he will join us probably before the program ends. All right, let's leave that. Let's leave the Champions League now, and let's look at some league games that were played last night in the UEFA Champions League. We have in La Liga, we have Granada against Athletic Bilbao. They played 1-1. We had Rayo Vallecano against Celta Vigo. It was a draw. So 2 games in La Liga ending on a draw note. For one was a goalless draw, and the other one was a go-go draw between Granada and Athletic Bilbao. That game was abandoned. They had to conclude that game yesterday because of what happened in the stadium. A passing away of a fan in the other game, and it has to the other game, I beg your pardon, had to be concluded concluded last night in the in La Liga. So Rayo Vallecano against Celta Vigo, it was a goalless affair, and Granada and Athletic Bilbao played 1-1. And then in the Italian Serie A, there were two games also. Empoli against Lecce, 1-1 it ended, and Cagliari beat Sassuolo 2-1 in the Italian Serie A. These were some games that went down last night in the top two European leagues, the La Liga and then the Italian Serie A. And it's a good one that Serie A this season is looking so good that Inter Milan still remains at the top of the table in the Italian league. All right, still talking about some happenings last night. We cannot stop talking about our own Nigerians doing so well in the CAF Awards last night in Marrakech, Morocco. Most especially that interview from Chiamaka Nadozie, it was a touching one. Dreams actually come true. If you really want to at least make it in life, definitely you just have to follow your dream in life. Okay, before we go, we'll have to use that video. Before we take that video, let's look at this one where Chelsea is ready to sell midfielder Conor Gallagher in January. This is a fantastic player, but they are trying to see how they can sell Gallagher, at least make some money where they will use in pricing Victor Osimhen away from Napoli. So it's a good one, let's see. All right, I will leave you in the hands of Chiamaka Nadozie, where she actually talked so well last night, winning the Golden Globes in the CAF Award. Dreams actually come true. If you believe in it, stick with it and stay focused. Definitely you will make it in life. And that is where we'll leave it on 360 Sports.